Hi.
Hey.
You look so festive.
You look so festive.
Oh, thank you. I feel like this is the ultimate summer runner outfit.
Yeah.
Memorial Day. I'm going to wear this again for 4th of July.
Obviously.
Whether I'm racing on 4th of July or not, I'm going to wear this red, white, and blue tutu.
Obviously.
Obviously.
And maybe I'm a little biased, but I thought we had the best tutus.
I thought that too.
Like, legit, because I seriously was just like, I mean, why are our tutus so good?
They're so good. And how many times during the race did we get called out? They were like, way to go, tutus.
Yes. Or so many kids where you could hear the parents be like, yeah, they're wearing tutus.
Yeah,
like,
I know. It was great.
Yeah.
When I signed up for the Boulder Boulder, because I was like, this is happening.
Yeah.
I just thought, yeah, people dress up. I'm going to have like a really cool pair of shorts.
Yeah.
And then when you were like, okay, I'm all in, the next thing you sent me was a link to festive tutus.
Yeah, we were like at a family dinner and it like worked out. Husband said, please sign up for this race. You know, our plans, whatever. Please sign up. Signed up, and then it was like hours later. I was like, what do you think of these tutus?
Yeah, and I was like, mind blown. I'm all in.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were like, yes. What do you think of this glitter? Yes. What do you think of these sports bras? Yes. It went from 0 to 100 very quickly.
And I'm so glad it did.
Yeah.
So thank you for making it extra fun.
Yes.
Because I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Very fun.
Yeah. It was just like the beginning of the funness of our race.
Yeah.
We have so much more to talk about.
I know.
I guess, what else is there to say?
Not a lot.
Let's just get into it and talk all about the Boulder Boulder.
Except if you didn't listen to the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Go listen to that. I mean, I guess you could do this one first, but go get the ambiance.
Yeah.
Create the mood.
Yeah. Immerse yourself in Boulder culture.
Then come back to this one. Yeah.
Because ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest, ladies.
Yeah.
For our listeners.
Ladies and ladies.
Ladies and ladies. This is going to wrap up our season 1 of the podcast. So we're going out with a big festive bang here.
Yes.
And then we'll be back at the end of summer to have more fun running things for you guys. But we're going to go run some races. We're going to take our kids to baseball. Just camping.
Survive the summer.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're traveling for baseball.
Yeah, I did not expect that to happen at 8 years old.
Seriously.
But here we are. Yeah. So,
just beginning.
It's just beginning. So we've got a busy summer. Yeah. And we'll be back for season 2 this fall. So stay tuned. Yeah. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this really fun breakdown of the Boulder Boulder.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Now let's get into it. Here we go. This is Run in Her Shoes podcast with Amber
and Robin,
where we talk about balancing life, work, and running.
As busy moms juggling life, we want to provide a community where we encourage taking time for your mental and physical health on your running journey.
Join us weekly as we talk about our favorite races, gear, and goals as amateur runners, 1 mile at a time.
So, last week we ended with our photo shoot in front of the house, but I want to backtrack a little bit because I just remembered this because you asked me how I slept that night. Yeah. You know, and very nicely on your air mattress that you brought. Thank you very much. But to save time, I did my hair the night before. Doused it in hairspray. But I don't even know what you would call it. Like the ponytails down.
Like the segmented ponytails. Like the bubble kind of ponytails.
Yeah. Well, and I think we've talked about this before that normally at home I sleep with an earbud in.
Oh, that's right.
And I'll fall asleep to something. And so the morning that we left for Boulder, I had my earbuds charging. And for some random reason, I packed my Beats big headphones also in my bag. And like, don't really know why I did both.
Okay.
But my plan for some reason was to bring both. But I was packing my earbuds, not for the race, because we decided we were going to enjoy all the stuff and enjoy being together, but to sleep in.
Okay.
Because those are the ones I sleep in. But I left them at home. And new place, new setting. I talked about like the door behind me. I was not going to be able to fall asleep without listening to something. So I put on like my usual show, or like the one I'm falling asleep listening to now, with my Beats.
I noticed that. And I was like, okay, Robin's done talking to us. Good night. Don't bother her with her noise canceling headphones on over there.
Yeah. But I slept like a vampire because I had these big headphones on. I couldn't sleep on my side. And normally I'm a side sleeper. Oh, no. And I was very aware of like my hair.
You didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah. And so I was very much like a vampire sinking into this air mattress.
Awesome.
Trying not to ruin my hair, but also wanting to listen to my show.
I know, and like the one night, like we said about sleeping with dogs on your bed, the one night you don't have a giant dog sleeping with you, you're sleeping like very uncomfortably on your back. The lengths we go to for race day. It was so worth it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But this was the largest race we've ever ran and been a part of. Yeah. There were over 40,000 participants this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because we live in such like a quote unquote small town that you go to something like that, and my feeling was like I still get blown away at these, even like half marathon and something like Boulder Boulder, where it's like, how is only 1% of the population
running these?
Yeah. Because, and especially that, I mean, we filled a stadium of runners, but still it's
a very small population of the world that runs.
But we're just all doing this one race,
apparently. Well, it's very popular. Like we said, it's the number one 10K in the nation. Like people come from all over different countries and everything to run this race. And it was very apparent because it was super packed. And then we had said too, our plan went from trying to drive to park somewhere to just walking. Yeah. Which, looking back, I'm so glad that we walked there because we got to see parts of the course. And part of the race had already started because we left pretty early to walk. And so we got to see part of the wheelchair race going through that. And then, which now, like, looking back, we got, like, so the wheelchair race, the winners of that, it was Howie Sanborn took first place for the male participants, and he did the 6 miles in 27 minutes and 24 seconds. And then Susanna Scaroni was the first place female with 23 minutes and 30 seconds. Crazy. So they kicked butt on that race, but I've never seen a wheelchair race before in person. So that was really cool to see. And then we got to see the police escort as the first person of the citizen race was finishing. Yeah. And I wasn't like quite awake enough to realize that's what was happening. It was just like, oh, there they are. Like I didn't get to take a picture.
Also, they were going by very quickly.
Oh,
these people,
that's right,
were very serious.
Very serious, very fast.
Yes. I want to say, though, I don't know who this person was. Okay. But I appreciated these very fast people. There was someone in a banana costume. Yes. That I just thought, that's amazing that you still were like, well, I'm going to come here and like kick some serious butt, but like, I'm going to be cool doing it.
Yeah. I'm going to be in a banana suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't think that the banana was the person that won first place. But the male participant was Aiden Reed. And he won with a time of 30 minutes and 2 seconds, which was faster than some of the elite finishers, which is amazing. And then also when I was looking to see like what the positions were, like who finished in what place, fourth place right now says unknown runner.
That's their name?
I mean, there was like no name. It just said 4th place, unknown runner, with a time of 31 minutes and 4 seconds on the male division. Mm-hmm. And then it was tied with Stephen Goldie, also with 31 minutes, 4 seconds. So I don't know if there was like, I don't know. Who is this unknown runner that took 4th place?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Were they not registered? There's got to be a story there. Or it's just a glitch on the page.
Because they had the exact same time?
Exact same time.
Yeah. Either it's a glitch or... Because if it was someone not registered, it wouldn't clock your time because you wouldn't have a bib with a chip in it.
Yeah.
It's a ghost.
So maybe it was a ghost.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But if anybody knows the story...
You are this unknown runner.
I would, love to know how you did it. Anyways, the female winner of the non-elite runners was Molly Grabil, and she's a University of Colorado graduate. So she came back to her alma mater to run the race, and she finished with a time of 33 minutes, 39 seconds. She's 31. She lives in Superior, Colorado. She's from San Diego. And she has several running accomplishments, including multiple top 10 finishes at the USATF championship races. She was 14th place in the 2023 World Athletic Road Running Championships for the half marathon in Latvia. So, she's a well-known runner.
Nice.
But she runs the Citizen Race, and this was actually her 2nd year in a row winning the Citizens Race for the Boulder Boulder.
Nice.
And she broke the women's record this year, going under 34 minutes. The previous record was held by Lydia Simon in 2004 with an even 34. Oh. And this year, Molly broke the time just under that 34 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always amazed at how long some of these records stand for.
Yeah.
20 years.
That was 20 years. I just had my mind blown. How was 2004 20 years ago? But yes, you're right.
Okay, thank you. I messed up the math. But
no,
yes,
you did not.
That's so crazy.
But yeah, for 20 years that record was held. Mm-hmm. So we got to see those people running and didn't even realize... I mean, we knew that they were some of the first finishers, yes. But that was just cool. We got to see them going along the race.
We also risked our lives and probably runners' lives getting across. Because by the time that we made it to okay, we need to cross the street to make our way up, it was a new wave of people, but it was a lot of people. Yeah. And we had to find a break to run across.
Yes. And there were police officers at that junction, and they were basically guys, when you see an opening, you've got to go. There's no hesitation. You go.
Yeah.
And this other lady was well, you can't break their stride. And I was no, we would never be the a-hole people. Excuse us, we have to cross the street.
Yeah.
While you're trying to get a PR in this 10K.
Yeah. Seriously.
But when we were going through some of the neighborhood streets, we totally could have crossed and then some, because it was a very small group of people running very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, then once we got to the bigger streets, it was hundreds.
Yeah, it must have been a new wave.
Yeah, of still very fast people.
The time, yes. But how many waves were there? Do you remember?
95?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were every 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They were letting a new wave of people. So very quickly it got very busy.
Super busy. So yeah, we experienced the wave firsthand, and we were okay, go cross the street now. Go.
Yeah.
It was intense. But on that note, you mentioned while we were there, and you're so right, it was super organized.
Yeah. For
that many people running. Mm-hmm. Very little chaos.
Yeah.
Very impressed with the whole production.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel because the Boulder Boulder, right, it's known for ending at Folsom Field. Mm-hmm. It's this big thing. Memorial weekend, they did, we'll get into it, but the stuff they did in the stadium was amazing. Mm-hmm. The elite runners, the professional runners running this race. Mm-hmm. And
the timing of that too.
Yes.
To finish the citizen race for the elite runners to start.
Yeah. But it's like along the course, I didn't even think about it, but you were like, well, people who live on the course have started these great traditions of we're going to be out with the belly dancers, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do this in front of the house every year, because it seems like these things are well known.
Yeah, it's like the standard.
Yeah.
Like these people can never sell their house.
Seriously.
Or if they do, it's like in the clause. You must set up a slip and slide on Memorial Day.
Yes.
Every year.
Yeah, you must be spanking asses out there.
Because that's a thing.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
So that part seems chaotic, but it's just a party when you get off that start line and you get into those residential streets. It's such a party, but that start line was like, it was on time. There was no... Yeah. It was a well-oiled machine.
I mean, I was watching my watch, and our wave time started at the exact time. Like, it was, your second hand was going 59, turning over to double zeros. The shotgun went off. No, the trumpet blew. What was it? It was a trumpet and a gun, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we got both. That was super fun.
I know.
Yeah. But while we were standing in line, because they had like ropes with the letters and stuff, and you would follow, and I get anxious about missing the time, or like not, I would feel bad having to cross under ropes, that sort of thing. So when we saw our numbers go up, or our letters go up, we were like, there, go, follow. Yeah.
So, we found a cool spot to hang out.
Yes, with extra porta potties and shady.
It was a parking lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little shady spot, extra porta potties. And it was like it was even like 30 minutes before our wave time. Your mom decided to head to Folsom. We were going to go meander to the start line. And we were waiting around maybe 2 minutes before, under 5 minutes before we saw our sign for our wave.
Yeah. And they just moved everybody along and I was impressed.
Yeah.
But you know what else I was impressed with?
What?
The coordination of the girls in front of us.
Oh, yeah. Our twins?
Our twins. That were 20 years younger than us.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, we thought we were so cute, and I still think we were so cute with our matching everything and like full-on red, white, and blue outfit. But we're standing in line, and like these girls are right up against the rope, so we're like the second line of people in our wave group, and I'm looking at them, and they're probably like 13, 14-ish, 15 maybe.
I mean, they had two moms with them.
Yes. Still, their moms still felt like they needed to supervise them.
Yeah. Which I got really nervous for, like, how long are you going to be with this girl? It was very...
Because the moms were not racing.
Right. They were like, obviously not racing. But they were like kind of taking photos. Not really. There was like this weird just like hangout vibe.
Yeah.
And I feel like the girls would kind of huddle and the moms would be on the outside. It felt very much like, okay, mom.
Yeah, we're done. Go now. I thought about that too. And the mom said bye twice before they actually
and then they never left.
Yeah.
And they kept walking with us. And I just thought, how long are you going to hang out with me? Like, are we going to start and you are going to be in my way?
Yeah. How much longer?
Yeah.
It was pretty entertaining to watch them because they were also all very coordinated, red, white, and blue, everything. Like, super cute girls, all decked out in their Lulu, you know, everything, tutus to the nines, but they would do a selfie and then they would gather in a circle and look at it, and then a selfie and gather in a circle. And I thought that just must be like the thing to do when you're that age. But you were so sweet because they were all doing selfies, and like the kind person you are, asked if they wanted a picture.
Right? Well, we talked about this, right?
Yeah.
It's a thing. Give me your cell phone.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture.
Yeah. So you did. And they turned around and saw us. And they were like, oh my God, twins!
Yeah. Yes. Young ladies.
Because they weren't saying that you and I were twins.
Right, that we were twins with them.
And we were like,
obviously.
Yes, I am young.
Yeah, my mom is also around.
Yeah.
Go, Mom! Go! So embarrassing. Can't take her anywhere.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But literally our mom was there.
Literally our mom was there. And we were not embarrassed to be with her.
Yeah, no.
I was actually like, Mom, please text me when you make it to Folsom Field. Let me know that you make it, that
She's like,
safe.
I will make it, Amber. It's fine. You're like, no, tell me when you get there. She's like, Amber, you're going to be running. It won't bother me, Mom. Tell me when you have found your seat.
Yeah. So the roles of mom and daughters were reversed, you know. It was so funny. But like there were a ton of people, just awesome outfits, all dressed up around us. I'm going to pull up a video when we're done and show you, but I'm convinced that the guy that you sent me the YouTube video of from last year, the news anchor guy.
Okay, yeah.
That did the video, like he ran the race for speed and then he came back around and did like a social media video of the whole 6 miles. I think he was next to us in the wave.
Really?
Yes. And I was looking at him in the wave and like he ended up moving like behind us or like going to the other side of the street. But I was looking at him and I was like, man, you look so familiar.
Oh, crazy.
And he had a headband, like what am I trying to say? Just like
like a sweatband?
Thank you. A sweatband across his forehead and on his wrists, just like in the video. And I went back to one of the quick videos that I took and paused it. And another time, I'm going to show you and let me know if you think it's him. But I think that he was next to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So lots of people, lots of things to take in.
That story went nowhere where I thought it was going to.
No, it's just I think that the famous guy was next to us.
Okay.
But he didn't take a video and we ended up separating in the race. So
yeah.
Where did you think it was gonna go?
I don't know. You just started with like the guy next to us, and I just felt like there were a lot of guys there.
Oh, there were a lot of guys there. Yes, a lot of running guys next to us. There was like bananas and monkeys and bulls.
Cowboys and bulls, yeah.
It was really entertaining just to watch that, for sure. But, you know, this was a 10K. It was all a road race. There were no trails. We were not surprised by any trail running.
Right.
And when we started out, I feel like the area that we started out was a little bit more commercial-ish. Like, you know, we were by a Home Depot and that sort of thing before we got into the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But it started off, like, really quick also with entertainment.
I was surprised. Like, right away there was the trampolines.
Yes. And right away there was a super long line too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm sorry. If you wanted to do that, you should have been like, no, we're gonna get in line and do it.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it now, Amber.
Well,
no, I'm
year.
joking. No, like, the lines were long enough.
Yeah.
That as much as we were like, we're taking our time, I feel like we did the fun things. We did do some of the fun things. I didn't feel like we missed out on anything, because I think even just taking in the atmosphere for me was like,
it was enough.
Good enough. Yeah.
I loved experiencing it. I was trying not to get overwhelmed by it also, because I sit in my office home alone all day. I'm not used to that much. Yeah. It was a lot to take in, but it was really fun. But I wasn't going to wait like an hour to jump on a trampoline for 2 seconds.
Right. I think as much as we were prepared to, like, we're not PRing. This isn't like something we're like gonna, you know, I'm not here for time. I'm here for the experience. But I also don't want to wait 2 hours in a line.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad we were on the same page. We didn't talk about that during, but but the race was super well marked. Huge signs like 1 kilometer, 1 mile, 2 kilometers.
I was surprised to see the kilometers and the miles. Yeah. But still cool. Yeah.
When I went back through some of my pictures, I was like, wait, is this out of order? Oh, no, that was 4 kilometers. We weren't at the 4 mile mark yet.
That's funny.
But there were like bands and music playing everywhere. We didn't need headphones.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And then like right away we saw you do a cartwheel, we drink sign, which just speaks to the sororities and fraternities that were there just like ready to drink. I mean, that was like 8:30 in the morning and they're ready to drink.
Yeah.
Whew.
These young kids.
I know. Good granny. I can't keep up. Yeah. But we had just missed but we just decided to opt out of the trampoline line. And I saw the cartwheel thing. I'm like, well, that's something I can do. That's not
right. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, be my photographer. I'll do a cartwheel. I almost
died. Yeah.
I almost died because I almost ran into a concrete post afterwards. Yes. Have not done a cartwheel in years.
Oh my gosh.
Now I remember why. But I didn't die.
Yes.
But yeah, there were, like, what else do you remember seeing right away?
There was an Elvis pretty close. There's one at the beginning, one at the end. Did you notice that?
There were two
Elvises. We got glittered. Remember the guy shaking glitter? So we did that.
Which I wonder, how much glitter did he have to buy? Because he was not being stingy.
It wasn't like dun, 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 dun. It was, we had glitter for, I don't know about you, but every once in a while, like my brush, I still will have like a little bit of glitter coming out. Which, side story, only because he was talking about shaking the glitter. The other night I was cooking and I had we do the big thing of salt.
Oh, yeah.
The Morton's big thing. And Jack said something about sugar and like mimed, like dumping it in his mouth. And I said, oh, do you want some sugar? Like, I'll give you. And he was just like, really? Like, oh my gosh. And so I said, yeah, open up.
You poured salt into his mouth?
Not a lot. I just enough that he would know it was salt. But I was like, here it comes. It was so funny. He like had his head back and his tongue out.
Did he freak out?
No, he didn't freak out, but right away he was like, that's not sugar.
That's not sugar. Well, we definitely got a ton of glitter on us. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I am sure that all the kids there had so much fun doing squirt guns at all of the participants.
Oh, yeah.
Like, their water bill for that day has to be so high. There was so many squirt guns.
Yeah. And sometimes I wasn't expecting it. Mm-hmm. Like, sometimes you could see the spark, like, they had the fun, it must be the new thing this year, the unicorns.
Yeah. It's like blowing water out of their...
The horns.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then some people, I think, were very nice where they were very much wanting you to say.
Yeah.
And
then other people, it was like,
everybody gets soaked.
Yeah. Now, Robin, have you taken a belly dancing class?
Oh, Amber, thank you for asking. Yes, I have.
I could tell. That was amazing.
Well, these hips don't lie, let me tell you.
No lies. No caps. No lies with those hips. Yeah, I saw 2 groups of belly dancers. Yeah. But the second one was like way more, I don't know. I liked the second one better. Yeah. But that's the one that you joined in on.
It's true.
Girl, you got the whole crowd around us cheering you on. They were like, yeah, woo! Move those hips. That was fun.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, shortly after that, there was a sign that said speed enhancing spankings.
Yes.
And you were like, hello.
Yeah, I need some speed.
Yeah. But not only did she spank you.
Yeah.
She dipped her hand in red paint.
Yes.
And then spanked.
Yeah.
Was it gentle?
No. I felt that one for a little while. A couple of miles.
Yeah, I heard it.
I felt that. And I'll have to show you this picture because I took like a picture at the Starbucks of my butt to send to Jesse and then sent him the video. This is why I have a handprint on my butt.
It was a woman.
Yeah. But the placement was like, oh.
Yeah, she did not mess around.
No.
Which I was cracking up as we got closer to the finish line. There was this older gentleman.
Yes.
Did he have jeans on, or am I just imagining jeans?
No, I feel like it was either like jeans or sweats or something.
Yeah.
But it just kind of putting along. Yeah. So sweet.
With a red handprint.
So cute.
It was awesome. Like, oh, good for you.
Yeah.
That probably made his day.
But I hope he's okay after that slap because it was good.
I hope he wasn't on any blood thinners. He's going to have a major bruise. That's awesome. But the hydration stations I thought were amazing.
Yeah.
The volunteers that work there, that would be a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, you noticed right away, I feel like they were trying to be really cautious about the garbages. They were right there, but there was definitely,
there were more cups than garbage bags.
I know. So thank you for everyone who works there because seriously.
Ooh, that was a lot.
Yeah. But not only that, there was that one, it was not an official aid station, but obviously someone's house. Yes. They were like offering shots and I don't know if it's just because as just a personal choice for no reason. I just haven't drank alcohol in a couple of years. But you could smell it.
It reeked.
Yeah.
But didn't you hear, once we got back, was it the lady in front of us sitting in the stadium that said she thought that it was water? And so she like tossed back a clear liquid. Yeah. And it was alcohol.
Yeah.
And it was like, hello.
Imagine.
I mean, I would hope that I just wouldn't swallow if that happened. I don't know.
Like that you would know right away and be able to spit it out.
Yeah, or like smell it to be like, nope.
Yeah, whoa. Yeah, but yeah, I couldn't imagine if you accidentally just took it down. Well, one, I don't know how someone does that, even if you thought it was water.
Right.
Like, none of the aid stations was I like, gulp.
No, I was sipping because I didn't want a side stitch.
Yeah, so... Yeah, but I just can't imagine my own situation of, again, not having drank in a couple of years.
And then you do a shot.
8:30 in the morning. Like, I had a rice cake in my tummy. Like, a shot.
I know.
Oh my God.
But I did see a lot of people where they would just run up and then have, like, beer poured into their mouths.
Yes.
And I mean, if that's your prerogative, have at it. But I just can't stomach. I don't drink anymore either. And just to stomach that in the middle of a race and you don't even know where it's coming from, it's probably hot beer at that point too.
Which is like a thing, but not...
No.
I don't like beer, so the idea of like beer is not...
No, especially not while I'm running. But yeah, there were some times where you could just smell the booze. It was hilarious. Yes. But I'm sure that these college students love it. It's very entertaining.
Oh my gosh. Like, let's go sign up for a 10K, just be a bunch of goofballs and have like free alcohol.
Yeah. I also saw runners running with like cans of like seltzer beer or whatever, just jogging along with it. That cowboy with the bowl that kept running around, they had a beverage in their hand the entire time.
And then when we got back into kind of the business, out of the residential, one of that same group was like, I need a beer. And I think they booked it to like a brewery, like right off the way.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I am too old for that these days.
Young.
Oh, to be young, bless them. Yeah, but they had other fun things too, that there was like no lines. You did the hopscotch, which was super cute. And they had, there was like a World War II veteran sitting out watching the race in the neighborhood. He was 99 and a half.
Yeah.
There were people... One person that said it was their birthday. It was like everybody was wishing them happy birthday. Remember, did you see that?
Was that Mrs. Tutu?
Oh, yes. Your memory's so great. So great. But yeah, then we ran right past the place where we had dinner the night before, so we knew we were past the halfway point at that. And then remember the summit sign? That was cool.
Yeah.
It was like, sea level is for slackers, and it said that was the summit of the race. The elevation was 5,391.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Yeah.
Which we always run way higher than that, so it's like, this is nothing for us. Oh my gosh. And then like the residential area was definitely the party area, and then it kind of got out into like their main streets where there's stoplights and stuff, so things started to slow down party wise once we got there. But we got to run past the setup where the elite runners would have their starting line. I had my eyes peeled. Not that I would necessarily recognize anybody, but they weren't there yet. Yeah. When we ran past it.
I know. I felt bad that they had to start so late because it wasn't cool. I mean, it got warm.
It was hot. I was hot.
Yeah. But it's kind of cool that then the stadium is filled for them to come in, because if they were the first ones, the stadium would have been empty.
Right.
So it's cool to watch them come in. And when you're sitting in the stands and like, we watched the start on the Jumbotron, they narrated the whole thing, they announced it, we got to watch them, and then we got to watch them come in. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but like they book it. You're really not waiting that long for them to come back in.
No, it was very fast.
Yeah.
And I thought it was super cool too, because I remember watching Boston this year on the TV.
Right.
Obviously, all of the elite runners that do it, they go first thing in the morning. Mm-hmm. It's way cooler temperature-wise. They get done. They start at the same spot, end at the same spot, I think. And then all the citizens get to race, like, through the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, this one is, like, special. How many elite runners get to finish in a stadium with people giving them a standing ovation as they finish. Mm-hmm. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, we also had a stadium full of people as we finished.
Yeah.
And then as we were like running onto the field, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't think necessarily they would have it blocked off. Like, I thought, I'm going to run on the actual grass.
Track or the grass.
No, of course not.
Because just have 40,000 people like
ruin this turf. I guess
fine.
Not.
Yeah.
Yeah, because John was like, make sure you get a piece of the turf for me and bring it home. And I had to be like, no, they had it all boarded off.
I like how in John's, what am I going to be like blocking your, like the view? And like, don't mind us over
me get
here.
My pocket knife to cut out this square piece of grass.
You like pull out of your shorts like a, I don't know.
Super prepared woman. I don't know. Like, don't worry.
Strapped to your leg like a
warrior.
Survival person.
Yeah. My husband asked me to do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, but they had it all boarded off. And Mom was already in the stands. Mm-hmm. And so she noticed us because of our awesome tutus.
I didn't even think, I mean, again, I don't know what I was expecting, but I thought that was really sweet of her, because I definitely was not expecting to be like, I got a video of you guys coming in and I already sent it to your husbands.
I know, that was really
Which was nice, because your boys watched the live stream the whole time.
Yes. I was like, okay, we're starting. And then John would text me and be like, let me know when you're getting close, because most of the live stream is all at the end. So, like, when you're getting ready to go into the stadium, let me know. We want to see you on TV. Yeah, they said they were glued to the TV, but it would, like, go to different views, in different places. And so when we ran in, it said, smile, you're on camera. And, like, we made a point to, like, slow down, and we're waving and blowing kisses. And then we finished, and I was like, did you see us? And John was like, no. Like, they probably watched it for like 25 minutes. All the other people finishing and never got to see us.
They watched all the other moms finish.
Yes, and cheered them on.
Yeah.
But I did pay for pictures, which works out because we were right next to each other. So, like, seriously. All of my pictures are your pictures. But I need to show you, I just got a email sent to me that was a video. Oh. So even at different portions of the race, there's videos of us running. Oh. And there's a video of us coming into the field and, like, right at the end and everything. So we have Mom's video of way up in the stand, and then we also have a view of, like, on the track inside. It was really cool. Like, that was speedy too, that they sent it to us.
Seriously.
40,000 people, and they could put together a video of our running. Yeah. It was crazy. It's like a 3-minute video.
Oh.
I know. Very cool. Yeah. But yeah, we crossed the finish line. It was very fun. Lots of people celebrating. I do wish I could have a medal. That's the one thing I'm sad about.
For 40,000 people, they're going to put together a medal?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, we have awesome shirts.
Yeah.
And that's great.
That's great, I guess.
It would have been fun to have a medal. It's fine. It's fine. I'll do it again next year.
Okay, Boulder Boulder, you hear that?
We want the medals.
Get some medals.
But, like, after the finish line, we all kind of got herded into the building to get your snack, which we pulled the thing off of the bottom of our bib and gave it to Mom because we were like, don't want to lose it. Yeah. And that's how you get your snacks and drinks.
I didn't realize it would be, like, right away.
I didn't either.
Right there. I thought it was going to be, like, a tent somewhere. Go get your snacks. I didn't realize. I mean, it was no hassle to go back. We just kind of had to make a point to be like, hey, now let's go get snacks.
I know, and my snack bag was a totally different color than anybody else's. I think there were 39,999 bags that were green and blue, and my one was, like, black. I didn't see any other black bags.
Oh, I saw a couple. Okay. But it definitely didn't feel like half and half.
No.
But I kind of like that it worked out that we got different ones.
Yes, that was cool.
But also the contents, apparently the black ones are the special ones that you get all the snacks. I had like one granola bar and an apple.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I've got 2 things of chips. Here, do you want one?
She's over there handing out things to people, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. Crunch, my very crunchy granola bar.
So funny. I assumed yours were the same until you were like looking like, what else you got in there? What?
Yeah.
I don't have that.
You were like, chocolate? I was like, oh, my apple, I suppose. Like, who knows how long it's been in this bag and kicked around.
That was so funny. I mean, it was fine. We did not starve by any means, but they were very different snack bags.
Thank you for sharing your pork rinds with me.
You're welcome, because I don't like pork rinds.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I don't. I liked this brand.
Okay.
Jesse and Jack love them, so they get them all the time. And I'm always like, no thanks. Like, it's not something that like, oh my god, pork rinds. Yeah. I'm happy to pass on it.
Yeah.
But I really liked this brand and the flavor.
Yeah, it was like a Korean
barbecue,
spicy barbecue thing. I just think it's disgusting what it is.
Yeah.
Pig skin?
Yeah.
No. Gross.
I know. Like, there are better snacks. Yeah. Why are we resorting to this?
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's on my no thank you list.
Okay.
Ugh. Anyways, we got our snacks, and like right as we started eating is when the professional runners started. And yeah, I got to see it all on the big screen and stuff. And the winners for that, the women's elite first place was Grace Loyback, I'm sorry, Nawawuna. I don't know how to say her name, but she was a badass.
Seriously.
Like, it started and it was like, boom, she's all on her own. She bolted and kept the lead. Nobody was behind her.
Yeah. There were even, shots where they were like, you can kind of see the runners behind her, but she was, insane.
It was amazing. She's 20 years old. She's from Kenya, and she won the race with a time of 32 minutes, 45 seconds. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then for the men's team, it was Connor Mance, and he's an All-American long-distance runner, and his time was 29 minutes and 12 seconds.
That's crazy.
I mean, if I can finish a 5K in those times, I'm like, sweet.
I know.
It's incredible.
When the Boulder Boulder was getting closer, I'm sure you got that email, but it was like, besides also finishing, there's also kind of these other things you can kind of like earn or whatever. Yeah. So if your last mile was your fastest mile, you kind of would get like an extra t-shirt that you could kind of show off that thing. But then I'm not like a quick math in my head person. Okay. So one of the things was like, sub 40. And I was kind of like, like, what is that? And like doing the math, and it was like 6-minute mile. And it was like,
never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was also that if you run it faster than your age and years. Yeah. Like, if I did that, I would be running on the elite team. Right. So, not this year.
Yeah. Congratulations, Grace and Connor, for doing that. But
way to go. But yeah, that's I guess when you get like the different medal things, and if you were like the top in your age group out of everybody.
Yeah, then did you notice kids had medals?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so if you are under 12,
okay,
and you do the Boulder Boulder, you get a finisher's medal.
Oh, cool.
The people next to us, I don't know what the situation is there, but obviously mom and one of the kids ran. But this other little boy sitting right next to me, you could tell he was like, at a certain point, he was kind of over it, but they really wanted to watch the elite runners. And at one point, he had his like feet up on the bench and was totally leaning up against me.
Oh, really?
Like he was getting tired, and you could tell he was like over it. So we got into a whole conversation about Paw Patrol.
Oh, cool.
And
where was I?
But I was like, were you like, did you run or did you? And he was like, no, I just watched. But I just wonder where that, dad and it didn't look like he had ran, but mom was definitely like in running clothes. And then one son had ran. It's just so funny, this little division.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, there was a lot to watch. But we saw the firefighters finish with, they had like their tank and
they were like
suit.
in full gear.
And again, it was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really cool, and like the stadium was cheering for them. Mm-hmm. Mom said, well, yeah, there was that too. Yeah. Really quick, Mom said there was, I think police officers or like something, like somebody in uniform with the American flag that finished before us, but she said the whole stadium was like standing up ovation. Mm-hmm. But then, yes, tell me, did you cry? Because I was tearing up.
No, but very insanely sweet. Obviously, little family. So mom, dad, and then there was a sibling, right? And then there was a boy. Dad was carrying, but also carrying, he had some, like a walker.
Yeah, like he probably has like muscular dystrophy, something like that, where he can't walk on his own.
But dad was carrying him and the walker in through most of the stadium and like the last like 50 feet or so.
He goosebumps.
I know. He got down and they let him finish on his own, and like everyone cheered for this family. It was the sweetest thing.
The sweetest moment. I hope that they have a video of that whole thing for them, because that was just
because
so
they had started the elite runners.
Yeah.
And they were like a couple miles in, but it's like the stadium was already going for this like one family.
Yeah, everybody was cheering for this sweet little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like worried, like, oh no, is everybody going to get to finish on time? Because the workers were setting out cones so that people that were working on finishing the race could get through the finish line on this side, but the elite runners could still come through. And then somehow they ended up not even needing the cones. It was like everybody finished just in the nick of time.
Were they finished, or were they finishing people on the street?
Oh, they might have been finishing people at the street. I guess we didn't see. Mm-hmm. But they did say, right, like if you do not cross the finish line by like 11:27, you will have to finish on the street or something like that.
Yeah.
But they were able, like the workers were able to clear the field just in time for the elite runners to come. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I felt like that was almost like my Super Bowl moment of like, this is so cool to see. It was awesome. And then, after all of the elite runners finished, then they started their whole Memorial Day show.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm glad we stayed for that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was starting to get like tired and hot and thinking we still have to walk back.
It was so funny because we even at one point, I mean, we'll backtrack, but even at one point we were like, okay, are we ready to kind of beat the crowd, kind of get going? And then it was like, yeah. And then they started something and we were like, I mean, should we just stay for like this one thing? But then the next thing would start and we were like, well, let's just stay for this. And then the next thing.
Seriously. And I'm so glad that we decided to stay because it was great. But yeah, they kind of kicked off with the national anthem, and then there were the jets that flew over.
And I didn't realize they said they did 9 different city flyovers, including Denver. Mm-hmm. And I guess in my mind never thought that like, oh yeah, they probably swing by a bunch of places.
Right.
They're out anyway.
We're out and about. Might as well make an appearance.
Right.
But yeah, I think they said they did like Boulder, Greeley, Denver, Grand Junction, lots of places that they flew over. I think Boulder was the last big one.
Gotcha.
But they flew right over the stadium, and it was
right at the end.
How
the
did they
national
time
anthem.
that?
I don't know.
How did they time that? It was amazing.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
And you could hear the jets coming in the distance, like as the national anthem was building, and it was like, where are they coming? Oh, there they are.
So, do you think the gal singing knew the flyover was going to happen, or is she like, thanks a lot, guys, you ruined my crescendo?
No, I do think it's a thing. Like when I think about this, like the Super Bowl or like really big
that
things,
happens at the end.
It happened because I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. This is when it's going to happen. So I had my phone out to record the national anthem and like to show the boys. So I knew the jets were coming.
Gotcha.
It's like national anthem, jets fly over.
Gotcha.
I'm sure she knew.
Okay.
I'm sure she was not upset.
Okay.
It's hilarious. Yeah, and then they had the induction of the service members. Mm-hmm. You knew that was happening. You saw all of the
they were like very much
recruits.
In their, they were pretty official, but wearing the jeans, t-shirts, it just looked like a recruitment thing.
You were right.
Yeah.
So that was cool. They got inducted. Is that what you call it? Inducted?
It is now.
Sworn in.
Yeah.
in front of everybody on Memorial Day. Cool. So special.
So I don't know if they do it or if like you're aware of it, but sometimes for the minor league hockey team in Washington, they do a night where they'll swear in service members, so they get to go out on the ice.
Oh, wow.
Like at halftime.
Cool.
And do it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that. I remember watching Jesse's when he was in the in the Navy?
The Navy. Your brother was in the Navy.
Well, yeah, I know, but I was just thinking, I remember him doing like at boot camp.
Yeah.
But where was he sworn in at?
Was it not boot camp?
Is that where because I remembered something there. But now I'm trying to remember if... Anyway, sorry, I digress. But it's just, it's a very big ceremony.
Yeah.
I don't remember everything because I just remember being emotional. It was probably a thing. But anyways, then they had the bayonet... Do you know what it's called?
It was the Marine Corps Silent Platoon.
Thank you.
Yeah, but they had like the rifles with the... like the knives on the end.
Yeah. And
they were doing the twirling and the throwing.
Yes.
Which I was not expecting.
No.
But just the coordination, and it was silent.
The stadium.
Right. Everyone was stupid quiet. But then, I mean, I'm sure people are counting.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Maybe they're not because then they wouldn't be silent.
Yeah.
But they were very well organized. It was insane.
It was mesmerizing.
Yes.
And they had microphones down by the stand so you could hear their actual, but then also the echo from the microphone from their like patting and stomping and throwing and catching.
Yeah, but they were like in a line and then some guy was walking down and then one would be thrown and he would catch it.
Yeah, and everybody like,
yeah.
But it's so silent you can't be like, whoa my gosh, you have to keep it all
Watch out!
It's crazy.
He knows, yeah.
It was incredible. So yeah, I'm so glad that we got to stay and watch that. That was extra special.
Yeah.
And then the skydivers.
Yeah.
That's the part where we were almost going to leave, and then we saw a plane circling, and we were like, we can't leave yet.
I know.
There's people that are going to jump out of that plane. So they had five skydivers, I think. Yeah. One for every branch of the military.
Minus the Space Force. Did you notice that? They didn't do Space Force.
I didn't know the Space Force is a thing.
Oh. Okay. Sorry. Well, there are people protecting our space.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Are they astronauts?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's something you would be into, but there is a show on Netflix called Space Force.
Okay.
Steve Carell's in it.
Oh, well then, yeah.
And it's about, so Space Force is a real thing about, if we're going to, really, I don't...
Like from aliens?
I know, but just,
or just the Russians.
And China and, all the people. I don't really understand our job because we aren't, really out there yet, but it is, a thing. But the show is hilarious.
Okay, I'm going to watch it.
And part of there's this scene where they're training to be out in space and if they have to get into conflict with
another country.
Okay. So you're in an astronaut suit, obviously.
No gravity.
So
the bullets.
Their weapons are just these little pocket knives. They're just poking holes in each other's suits.
I mean, yeah, that'd be deadly.
So funny.
Okay. I'm going to have to watch it because I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to educate myself on that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I want to tell you the funniest part, but if you're going to watch it, I don't want to ruin it for you.
Okay, don't ruin it. I'm going to watch it.
Okay. It has 2 seasons.
Okay.
On Netflix.
Space Force.
Yeah.
Got it. There was not a Space Force skydiver.
When I log into my Navy Fed account, my bank account, the opening screen lists all the branches and Space Force is on there.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay. I learned something new today.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no. There were 5 other skydivers. And it was crazy because they all kind of came in from a different spot in the stadium, but then once they flew down on the field, which was right next to us.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I know, because we ended up moving seats, because then we were let's go, and then we had to be well, I guess we're going to stay, so we had to find new seats.
But they were the best seats for the skydivers, because they were right next to us coming down. I loved that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we left, so I don't know what happened after that, but...
But a lot of people were leaving, so I think they were, wrapping up.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
I thought I heard them say that Tyler Childers was going to have a concert.
Who the fuck is that?
He's a country artist.
Okay.
And, but maybe that was, because did you see when people left, I think there was a place to go get more food and there were tents set up farther past,
yeah.
Like on campus. Maybe that's where the concert was. But we were like, we still have a walk to get to. We have to walk all the way back to Airbnb. Mm-hmm. And we still have a 3-hour drive. Yeah. We're tired. Like, it was fun, but it was time to go. Yeah. Yeah. And then it was...
because it was Memorial Day and we had to work the next day.
And you had to work the next day. Yeah. It was a lot. But that's why I slept on the way home.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Okay.
Anyways, are we doing it again next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I say we take Tuesday off. Oh. We make it a long weekend.
Yeah. Why the heck would we drive back after that?
I know.
We're making it a long weekend next time. We'll do Boulder right.
Yeah.
I love it.
We'll be back, Boulder.
Okay, see you then. See you then.
All right. Are you ready for some fast facts?
I am ready.
Okay. If you could work at an amusement park or famous landmark for the rest of your life, where would it be?
An amusement park or a famous landmark?
Yeah.
Either or?
Either or.
Gosh. I mean, I feel like I could go 2 different directions. Like, I think it'd be really cool to work at Disneyland. Yeah. That would be amazing. Yeah. But then also, would you just get sick of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But would you want to be like a character or just work at like a shop or something?
Oh, I think I would rather like get dressed up and be a character all the time.
What character do you want in mind?
Let's see. I don't know, like a princess would be fun.
But a specific one?
I don't know any of them. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not super into all the princesses. Like, I don't have girls. We don't watch princess movies. Like, not saying you can if you're. Anyways. Yeah.
That's just not a thing in your house.
It's not a thing in my house now, and it's not something I did before. But like, I don't know. What are some of the new Disney movies?
Well, I was gonna say, I'm getting like Rapunzel vibes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That would be fun. And I could wear a very long, nice wig every day. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Nice. Yeah.
What would you do?
I do like Disneyland. Mm-hmm. And I want to be like casual Belle. I think so. Blue dressed Belle. Okay. Not the yellow dress. Okay. Walk around with a book and be like, "Don't talk to me. I'm reading."
Oh my gosh. Just be in character and not be bugged. Yeah.
Shh. I'm reading.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
And obviously I wouldn't fit because I think they at least try to keep very nationality accurate. Oh. I just like Jasmine.
Oh, you're like, I'm going to get real tan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people like go to mascot school. Yeah. That's what was tickling me. Thank you. They start off with like being a high school mascot and then into college. Like, I know somebody that worked as dinger for the Colorado Rockies. Okay. And then got into being like one of those people during the like the Rockies games that gets to walk around with a microphone and do like interviews with people in the crowd, and he does that. That would be super fun. But he had to work his way up. Like, he worked at Elitch Gardens as a mascot. Put that on your resume.
That's funny.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah. There's another show on Netflix. It's very much like what's the dog competition show?
Oh, like Best in Show
with
Eugene Levy.
It's very much like that, and some of the same people, but I think it's called Mascots. Oh, fun. But it's people who are like these mascots.
They take it super serious.
Because there's a mascot competition. Oh, okay. It's really good.
I would love to watch that.
That's one you could have on like while you were working. Okay. So anyway, okay. Also, did you know there are strict rules as a, what do you call, if you're going to go visit Disneyland? Yeah. You couldn't come, like, fully dressed as a princess. You can do coordinating colors, and you could hint at being one of them, but you cannot go, like, full princess.
Because there's only one Jasmine in Disneyland.
Also that, but, like, if a little kid asks you questions... it's very like scripted on like what you can say or what you should say or like whatever. So you can't, as like a non-Disney employee, being like rattling off about your date night with Aladdin over there. You know, you have
Walt
to be
Disney
very strict.
Has strict rules. I didn't know that. Makes sense though.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2, if someone asked you to bring something to work, if you worked at an office,
okay,
yeah, that you made yourself, what would you bring?
Like food?
Non-food.
Non-food that I made myself? What can I make? What can I make?
What have you made
I know,
that you could bring in?
I'm looking around. You know what? I like to paint. Did you know that?
I like to paint?
No, I mean like yeah, did you know that I've painted stuff before?
No.
Yeah, I have. I painted our house. Not the outside, like a portrait.
Oh! Cool,
Sorry. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I could do that too.
No, I painted a portrait of our house because I really like our house. I'll just show you so you don't think that I'm an idiot. Okay, so I could bring something that I made because I can. I'm like, so stupid.
Did you know I could paint? I painted our house. Oh my god. Okay.
Now I did a portrait of our house. Okay. And I'm going to show you. And you're going to be like, oh, Amber, that totally does look like your house. And it doesn't look like an 8-year-old did it. Okay. So I could paint something for somebody.
Okay.
I might be able to like paint some animals too. So I would bring artwork is what I'm trying to say.
I love it.
But if I can't like bring some cookies that I baked. Okay, Miss Thing. What would you bring?
Well, probably something I knitted or something.
Yeah. Okay.
That's more self-explanatory than...
I guess so.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I do like everything that you knit and make. You are very good at that.
Thank you.
But I will say, I don't like to crochet. I don't like to knit. Like, it's just so freaking tedious. And then you guys like, oh, I made a mistake. I'm going to rip everything out. Fuck that. Like, oh, you're going to get what I made with a mistake in it because I'm not ripping this out. I'm just head down, barreling through. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I remember when we were... Was it on the Boulder Boulder trip where your mom was like, how's your temperature blanket going?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, it's going. It kind of got paused because of school and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So if you don't know what a temperature blanket is, basically every day I've been keeping track of the high temperature for that day. And I have colors assigned to temperatures. And then I knit a row of that color. Yeah. And... a while ago, I was kind of doing like a row and I was like, I just don't like the weight and the feel of this. Yeah. And I said something about like, yeah, it's going, but I think I'm going to like rip it out. And you were just like, what?
Why would you do
your
that?
mom was just like, oh yeah, okay. Like it was nothing.
I know. I'm sorry, I started to laugh for a second again because I was thinking like, what if you did a temperature blanket, but you're just taking your own temperature every day? And you just do it by like the 10th. Like today was 98.2.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it be like mostly one color?
Maybe like 98.2.
Except for that time I got COVID. And how many times did I get COVID? Like,
yeah, that was just
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, outside temperature blanket. Alrighty. Well, things are getting funny. What's number 3, Robin?
Oh my god. What was a moment in your life that made you realize you were getting older?
That I was
besides our twins at the
granny. I guess just like getting not like frustrated, but like when you're just around a group of people and you can just see the younger kids either acting a certain way or talking a certain way or like shh, we're supposed to be quiet right now. Like when I'm the person that's like shushing younger kids, you know, not that I'm that big of a shusher, but you know, I just notice it. Like,
you give off shush
you
vibes.
need to be respectful now. And I'm the one instigating it. It's like, ooh, I'm old. Or also just like, you know, I think the 1990s was just like 10 years ago. And
seriously.
It's not.
Yeah.
Stuff like that gets me. Yeah. What about you?
I think when I hear that people haven't seen certain movies.
Oh.
That in my mind, like, wasn't that long ago. But I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about the movie Independence Day.
Oh, yeah.
And the other host, she is younger, and they mentioned how, like, she's never seen it. And I just feel like there are certain movies that, like, everyone has seen, right?
Right? Yeah.
Like, obviously, everyone has seen Independence Day. But I guess they're just, now there's this generation of people where that's just not on your radar.
Right.
But I remember being like the latest, greatest, biggest thing.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah. That's so true, though. Or, like, to look back, John and I, sometimes we try and watch older movies with the boys, you know, like Angels in the Outfield or stuff like that. And then we're like, oh my God, that was made in 1992. Stop it.
Well, and also when your head, you have it in your mind from, like, your 12-year-old point of view.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh my God, Angels in the Outfield was so cool.
And then you watch it and we're like, what? We did, I have to tell you, watch Dunstan Checks In after you told Penn about it.
Nice.
And we were like, wow, this is old cinema here.
Yeah.
I felt old watching Dunstan Checks In.
Yeah. Did they like it?
They loved it.
Oh, good.
You have to ask Penn about it.
Good. Because the last recommendation movie I made introduced them to the fuck word, so.
Yeah. Free Guy.
Yeah.
From Aunt Robin.
Such a good movie.
It is so good.
Anyway. Have you ever bought something after watching an infomercial or seen an advertisement?
Yes.
I know. Oh.
Like, a lot. A lot. Maybe not infomercial, because those drive me nuts.
Yeah. And with streaming, you're not really getting a lot infomercially things, but I think just like an ad or like a pop-up or something.
You want to know my most recent one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's called Therapet.
Okay.
It's like a plug-in to... It looks like a Febreze plug-in almost, but it's got supposedly dog pheromones in it.
Sure.
That's supposed to be calming.
Okay.
And then, I mean, we have 2 male dogs. I swear my house isn't disgusting now. But anyways, our older female dog, she was like getting really incontinent and then like just leaking. And then our boy dogs were like, oh, sweet, we're peeing inside now.
Is this the thing we're doing now?
Yeah, I love this. And I'm like, I hate this. We need to get them neutered. But anywho, yeah, this Therapet thing claims to calm them down and stop the peeing inside.
Okay.
Takes like 2 weeks to kick in, and we're on like week 1.5. So I'll let you know if Therapet works.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I might have gotten scammed on that. Yeah.
Also, how do you get calming pheromones from an animal?
I don't know.
Okay.
Science.
Science. Space Force. I don't know.
Basically. What's your most recent purchase?
Well, I don't know about most recent. I mean, because I'll see. I mean, honestly, it's these races we've signed up for that I get ads for
all the time.
But most funniest one, or I look back and just like, what the F was I doing? But again, this was a handful of years ago, so I was partaking in some wine.
Okay.
And I don't know how much wine I had, but I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see this ad for this. I know John has one for this like barbecue tool that's like 9 tools in one. It's a flipper, a fork, a knife, like all these things.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, Father's Day's coming up.
Yeah.
I'll get one for like just, like perfect. Like they can always use like barbecue stuff. But checking out, and again, I've had like a couple glasses of wine. it was like, if you order 2, you get like 10% off. And I was like, heck yeah.
Deal.
Like, I'll give one to Jesse and like one to my dad. Like, perfect.
Yeah.
And then it's like, if you order 3, you get like 15% off. And I was like, yeah.
Add to cart.
I'll give one to Jesse and I'll give one to my dad and I'll give one to my stepdad. Perfect. And then it's like, if you order.
Oh my God.
So that's how Jesse, my dad's, your dad, and John all got one because it kept just like offering a discount if I ordered more.
And how much did you end up spending?
I mean, I have no...
A lot.
I got a discount though.
I saved money. Oh my God.
And there was another one that, okay, all of these are like alcohol induced.
Okay, yeah.
I remember it's Mother's Day. And so I saw an ad for like or I think I thought, oh, I'll get the mom's a photo frame because my mom is in Washington.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get her like an electronic photo frame and like now you can send them, like I can just upload pictures to the app and it'll send her photos.
Yeah.
I thought, perfect, she'll get just like these uploaded photos. And I remember texting you and being like, if you want to go in on this, like I'm going to order this. If you want to go in on this as like a group.
Yeah, present,
let me know because they're not
cheap, but it's not awful either.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good gift.
I'm sure. I just remember feeling like I waited forever for your reply and I was just like, F her, I'm just going to order. Like, I guess it's just me, like our name going to be on this, whatever. But I think in reality it was like 2 minutes. But I was just like, whatever. If she can't respond to me, then I'm just going to order it. So I just ordered.
I had no idea you did so much wine shopping.
Apparently, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Now you just send me tutus.
I know. All right. If you could only eat breakfast food or lunch food or dinner food for a year, so all your food had to be in one of those categories, which one would you choose?
Probably lunch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I'm good without breakfast and breakfast food. I'm good. Dinner all the time sounds real heavy. Yeah. Even though, like, I like good savory food. But lunch is pretty flexible. It can be whatever I kind of want it to be. I pretty much only eat lunch food now anyways, to be honest. And like,
with the fasting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I eat plenty, don't worry. But, like, the type of food I eat, it's a lot of lunch stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to go breakfast.
I knew it.
I know.
I knew it. You're a breakfast girl.
Because it's the savory and the sweet.
I know.
You get some of both.
I know. It's so good. It is good, like, but I just couldn't eat it every day.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Okay. I mean, maybe I would hate it after a week, but...
That's true.
That's what I'm going with.
Okay. Good answer. I support your decision.
The other morning, because we're in summer, I get to go to work a little later, and no, it was like the weekend. Anyway.
So like me.
I made French toast sticks.
Okay.
And Jack was like, I love French toast sticks. We have it at school. And I thought, great.
Yeah, so good.
So thrift shopping once, Jack really wanted this little, what is Peter Rabbit saucer and cup
that's cute.
set. And so I got it for him. So I put the sticks on the Peter Rabbit plate and I put the syrup in the little tiny saucer because I thought he'll dip it in. I look over and he has dumped the syrup all over the plate and he has this stick like running syrup like all down his arm and like he's been doing my back has been turned. I've been making my plate. I've been making the next round of sticks. Like he's already most of the way through his stick and I'm like, what's
happening?
Like I would have just drizzled the syrup on the sticks. Like that's why I put it in a little saucer to be cute. Yeah. And I'm like, do you not know how to do French toast sticks?
Yeah, to dip.
Yeah. And he was like, and I'm like, how do you eat it at school?
Yeah.
He was very like, we have it at school. It's my favorite. And he was like, no, they drizzle the syrup on.
Sounds messy.
What's the point of the sticks?
I thought you were going to tell me he was drinking the syrup out of the glass.
I would have rather have that. I had to clean up all this syrup
mess. Yeah. Ugh, I know. We just dip ours in yogurt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So less mess. Less mess. Oh my gosh. That was probably the funniest fast facts we've ever had. I can't wait to show you my painting when we're done.
Yeah.
But for this go round of listener story, I thought that it would be fun just to go through some of the people's comments from the Boulder Boulder posts, like people that have done it before and what have you. On our post. Sorry. Okay. Yes. Just like talking about it. So Run for Naps said, Foolish Craigs.
Run for Naps?
Yeah.
First of all, I love that.
Yeah. I also run for naps.
Yeah.
That sounds great. She said, Foolish Craigs for breakfast.
Okay.
And we really didn't get to eat breakfast. We had like weird random snacks in our Airbnb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we didn't have time to go out to eat breakfast.
Right. We're not going to plan on breakfast when we do our long weekend.
Yeah. Tuesday morning. Yeah. That'll be the plan. So that sounds amazing. Lil Dempsey says, for a restaurant recommendation, the Buff is an excellent spot for post-race brunch, but it'll likely be crowded. For the course, she said the last mile is a beast. It's quite a hill running into Folsom, so don't underestimate it and allow the spectator energy to help you through the finish line. And she said after the race, walk around outside Folsom for free stuff, which we didn't do. We got free burritos, like... breakfast wrap things or lunch wrap things. But she said, make sure you stick around for the elite race and the Memorial Day ceremony, which I'm so glad we did. She said it's an amazing experience. She couldn't run it this year because of conflicting plans, but will be 100% be running it in 2025. Motivated for Miles said, do it for fun, not time. So glad we took that advice. She said it's crowded. It's a really fun, awesome way. So take in the surroundings, go on the slip and slides, high five spectators, take a shot if you're brave enough. We were not brave enough. It's a whole lot of fun and it's its own event for sure, which now I grasp it. Like reading these, I was like, oh yeah, makes sense. But anyways, she will be running it next year. And then it was Lil Dempsey again, said it was her favorite race ever. She's done it 7 times. And her biggest advice was just take in the crowd and do as many fun activities as possible. She also said do a slip and slide, catch a marshmallow at Marshmallow Mile, which I saw one person holding a tiny bag of marshmallows.
And also, it didn't feel like I'm going to toss this at you. It was very much like come and get some.
I know. I was really looking forward to Marshmallow Mile because I would have eaten a marshmallow, but that wasn't. If that was Marshmallow Mile, it must have changed or something.
Maybe.
Or we missed it. But anyways, she also said chug a beer if you're so inclined. So this is an abnormal activity that we saw. Most of all, enjoy the roaring crowds running into Folsom. Nothing like the Boulder Boulder. And I completely agree.
Yes.
So
nice.
Those were so fun. Yeah. Gosh. That was quite an episode. It was a great way to end season 1.
Yes.
Thanks for going along with my crazy idea to start a fun running podcast. I'm excited for this summer and all the fun runs we're going to do. We've got good ones coming up. And we'll have more content for you guys in the fall.
Sounds good.
So... see you next season.
See you next season.
Okay. Thanks for listening to Run in Her Shoes. Run in Her Shoes podcast is produced and edited by Amber Linza and Robin Ogden. It's time to run, sister.